Boom! Welcome to Power of Marvel Legends, the YouTube channel where we review every single one of the very articulate, highly posable, incredibly sought out action figures known as Marvel Legends.
Shout out to the Powers of X-Men podcast, Dayspring and Flinkman.
I'm the Uncanny Dayspring.
And I'm the adjectiveless Flinkman.
Ah! Literally, Sabretooth.
I mean, you done nice, Hasbro. You done nice.
I have to tell you, I'm not a huge fan of Sabretooth, but I do love this figure quite a bit right there. I didn't even know he was available again until you told me he was available on GameStop.com, and I ordered him literally the second you said he was available.
Well, I have to give props to Displayed Once. He is the one that always lets me know when these toys are available. Rich is just super connected. I don't know how he does it, but he is always on top of his shit, even for Americans. He's not even here and he knows when things are available for us.
Okay, he produces It's Stan who I love that channel so much.
Oh,
but
yeah.
did you see his post this morning?
I did see his post this morning, and I have already made demands of him to pop that head on the vintage Storm body so I can make sure I still want to buy her.
I thought the same exact thing. I was like, that needs to go on the vintage Storm body. The figure looks amazing. I'm glad it didn't have too much cell shading. I think that was sort of our criticism with some of the other figures, but it looks good. I'm happy. Listen, bring it on. I need that Storm so badly.
I much like the Jubilee, I only want pieces of her. I want that head for that big animated series hair, and I want those hands. I like her. She doesn't wear the gloves on the animated series, so I'm really stoked to get her. And she does look pretty good. There are those thick black lines for the shading, and they look better than expected. So.
Okay, well, speaking of Marvel Legends news, the reveals this week, which we have called.
I mean, it's just absolutely insane. It's like they are like reading our minds, listening to what we're saying. They're giving us everything we have asked for and even more. It's just absolutely insane. Do you want to, let everybody know what we're referring to specifically?
Okay, well, first of all, we did our top 3 Marvel Legends list, and on those top 3, we had Dazzler and Longshot, the Toy Biz Longshot, and you had Outback Dazzler.
Yeah.
And what does Hasbro announce this week on their? It was an Insta Live. Right?
Yeah,
it wasn't
which is
YouTube
new for
show.
them.
Yeah,
I thought it was fun.
I'm here for it. So on their Insta Live, they announced a Mojo box set with with freaking Dazzler, another Dazzler, which I never thought we would get. That's 3 Dazzlers we've had in Marvel Legends format.
Yeah, and I mean, when we had Ryan Ting on the show from the Hasbro team, I asked him who the secret Dazzler stan at Hasbro is, and he said it was Dwight. So thanks a lot, Dwight. I'm really appreciative that you seem to stan my girl just as much as I do.
Yes, we love Dwight so much. Dwight, give us a Banshee already.
I mean, no, we don't want to. I'm torn on that because if he keeps his promise and he actually leaves after they make Banshee, what happens to our favorite toy line?
That's true. Okay, so he can never make Banshee. Sorry.
Never make Banshee. Okay. The Longshot looks really good. I have to see it IRL. I have to actually hold it to compare to the Toy Biz. The Toy Biz one, as you know, I hold in really high regard. So, I'm just happy we got an updated. And in that episode, though, I said, no one's been asking for an updated Longshot. And here we are. Here we are this morning. And I mean, listen, I agree with you. I think I was the one person on the panel that agreed that Toy Biz Longshot really, really holds up. Those people are crazy. They don't know what they're talking about.
Michelle was like, he's got a butterface.
I mean, listen, it's not as handsome as it should be, but I don't think he's a butterface either. And,
if they had never given us a new long shot, I think I would have I would have survived with the one that we have. But I have to keep in mind, you and I also said that we didn't need an updated pyro. And the second we got that Hasbro pyro in our hands, we were like, oh, okay, we did need a new pyro.
God, we're such hypocrites.
I just like really expect the same to happen with Longshot.
But we're also getting an X-Baby Wolverine, which originally when they did the Mojo series, the X-Babies were going to be packed in, but I guess the price of oil was too much back in the day. Back in the day was too much, like the cost of plastic, oil, whatever. And so we did not get those X-Babies. So now we're getting this little X-Baby Wolverine.
I have to say, as cute as it is, it's the scale of it is a little bit weird to me. He's a little bigger than I think an X-Baby needs to be. But I applaud them for including an X-Baby. You can't really have the full Mojo world without the X-Babies. So
I thought Elise. I've only seen. I missed the live stream because I was at a gig. But I've seen the images afterwards. I didn't know it was to scale. This is the first time I'm hearing it. I assumed it was going to be like Franklin Richards. You know what I mean? Like where it's kind of like that. I still have this Franklin Richards.
So do I. I still have everyone from that box.
I'm literally going to put him with Onslaught and Nate. But yeah, I thought it was going to be something like that. But I guess so. It actually looks out of scale, like the way it is in that image.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I mean, he's just a little big. Like his head is like as wide as Mojo's belly. It almost seems like. It just is kind of out of whack. But props for including him to begin with and doing it in a style of Scotty Young. Is genius.
How many did you order?
I only ordered the one, but they're still in stock. So I'm
considering. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Listen, it's like we're on the verge of a recession here. Give me a break.
what alternate universe are we living in that we get a Mojo box set with Dazzler and Longshot? And I ordered 2 and you ordered 1.
Okay. Well, now you're making me feel like I have just made the biggest mistake of my life. Let me go right now. HasbroPulse.com.
Wait, was it Hammy or Jason who said that it was going to be in the $5.99 like bin at GameStop?
I think that was they shared that comment from the live stream. I don't think that was either one of. They're smarter than that. Those boys are smarter than that. But who would think that Mojo is going to end up in the $5.99 bin at GameStop? Come on now. Come on.
But I was talking about NFTs with my agent when I was down in Miami, and he was here like, talk to me about something you collect so I can compare it to that. And I collect, obviously we collect Legends. And he was talking about NFTs have clout behind them. So the more you buy, the more you regram it, the more valuable it is, right? So it's the same with Legends. The more hype there is, more clout the series gets, the more expensive these figures become. And we've seen on the secondary market how insane some of these figures are. Like that Lovers Triangle, like 3-piece box set with Jean, Wolverine, and Cyclops. I saw that at GameStop on like clearance, and now on eBay it's like $200.
Jesus Christ! Jean stands will do anything. They'll pay anything, do anything, say anything.
Who else did we get this week?
Was it possibly someone else from our most wanted list? Possibly someone from the animated series?
I'm trying to think of like a famous quote of Wolverine, watch out!
This one's for you, Morph. So obviously it's animated series Morph, who is the #1 most wanted animated series figure for, I'm pretty sure, everybody. Yeah. Maybe not Jean stands. Jean stands are still waiting for a show accurate ponytail head. That's probably your #1. But for us normal folks, I would say that Morph is easily the #1 most wanted figure, and I'm stoked to see what the figure actually looks like because we only saw the packaging with that beautiful Dan Wiesenmeyer art on it, but show the figure. And I'm not talking about Ryan Ting trolling us.
Oh my God, imagine like if we like open up our boxes and it's just like Morph, AOA Morph, like fuck you, like that was such a troll.
It was such a troll, but I love AOA Morph. But it's he's had his moment. It's time for animated series Morph, and I'm fairly confident just looking at the art on the box. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the, maybe not on the Cyclops body, but it's definitely going to have the jacket, the same jacket that the Lovers 3-pack Cyclops had, which came from Old Man Logan. Because if you look closely at the art, the collar kind of has like a fur detail to it. So that isn't 100% show accurate, but you can't really tell I didn't even know that Cyclops's collar was furry until I examined it. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I can't wait to see the figure. As long as he comes with an evil morph head, I'm stoked.
I'm curious at the timing for how they've released him, because I thought he was going to be the last one. I thought they would announce all of the OG9 and then end with Morph.
Yeah.
I don't really understand the order they're announcing these figures, but listen, Morph, I agree with you. With the second the series was announced, everyone's like, but Morph. You know what I mean? Like, everyone just wants this figure out of the way. You made the comment on DM, and I thought it was very brilliant. I hope they don't go to town on the cell shading.
Yeah.
I hope he could stand with like the normal like figures. I wonder if he's gonna come with alt heads though, like how he did in the Toy Biz 5-inch.
I am almost certain he's got to come with like I said, the evil morph head with those insane dark circles. Has to happen. There's no, in my mind, there's like no point in having that figure without that. But I think it would be pretty cool if he came with like, the Wolverine head, the Cyclops head. And I honestly would love if he came with swappable arms. So you could take off the jacket and have it on, have it off, do whatever you wanted.
Oh, how cool would it be if he came with like a Wolverine like arm with like the claws and his like half morph face? Kind of like how Mystique came with a Lalandra head and a half morph Rogue face.
Yeah.
So that would be really cool if we got that. Oh man, I'm so excited for that announcement. That literally made my day.
Yeah. It made my day too. And I mean, you would have thought that announcing the third Dazzler in like 3 years would have been the highlight of my week. And I don't want to downplay it, but Morph really got me going. I'm so excited that he's finally coming.
We're here to discuss Marvel Legends Bonebreaker Sabretooth. Woo! Right there. So Sabretooth is a character, as I was preparing for our talk today, who has, sorry, I'm opening him as we're doing it. He's had a lot of Marvel Legends love. I want to see if I got everyone. We had a Series 5 Toy Biz one. We had an Age of Apocalypse Walmart exclusive.
Yep.
We had the Face Off one that came
two
with
versions
Wolverine.
Of the Face Off one.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. And the variant had like blood on it, right?
I don't think it had blood, but he was definitely like hella pissed.
Hella pissed Sabretooth. And then we had the Wolverine Legends Sabretooth.
Yep.
And then we had the Apocalypse Wave Sabretooth, which is a more recent one. I believe this one's him right here. Do you have him there too? Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Mine looks a little bit more orangey than yours. Is it just lighting?
It's probably just lighting. He's pretty orange.
Yeah.
I've got this really intense light on today.
Well, that's why you look so great. And then we recently got the Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth. So if I'm missing one, sorry.
I don't think you are.
No, I think those are all of it.
I think those are all. I think you got them. Good job.
So he's had a lot of like rendition in Marvel Legends format. And I have to tell you, I really like this figure a lot.
Yeah, I like this figure a lot too. This is definitely my favorite Sabretooth costume. This is, the costume he was wearing on his first ever action figure back in Toy Biz Wave 2, where his wonderful action feature was his stomach had the reversible wound. What did they call it in that commercial that I always quote? And Sabretooth has blah, 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 blah. Look out!
It's equipped with wounds that heal easily, an extra slashing claw, and glow-in-the-dark eyes and mouth.
So funny, I have that in my notes as well. Like I call it like the changeable like wound. Like it just rotates on the stomach. That is an iconic figure. It's his first appearance look, right? I think that's his. Yeah.
From Iron Fist. Yeah, because he was originally an Iron Fist villain, if you can believe that.
Okay, well, now spoilers for everyone listening and watching. I was going to ask a trivia question, and that was one of my questions. I told you were going to do really well in this trivia.
It's so ridiculous. I always like sell myself short. I'm like, oh, I'm not such a big fan of Sabretooth, so I'm not going to know anything. And then it just turns out I know everything about every X-Man ever.
And then meanwhile, I'm here like, I have no idea what to ask because I literally know nothing about Sabretooth. But I'm always going to think of this one as Joe Mad's cover from the Trial of Gambit.
Oh,
portrayed.
Yeah.
That's how I always see this figure. And like the fact that we have Maggot in this wave too, that's all I see here is a Joe Mad inspired figure, even though it's his first appearance look, and he looks great. But that's just how I'm going to see it. In terms of like the actual figure, is it on the same mold as no, it looks, oh, wow.
It's smaller. Which is accurate for that era. He wasn't quite as roided out in the 80s as he became in the 90s with his like 12 pack on the animated series. So many abs. He has different claws. These are Deathstrike's claws, though. Did you notice? I'm pretty sure they're kind of Deathstrike. Hang on. Let me get Deathstrike. They're very Deathstrikey.
Yeah, look. I mean, if they're not Deathstrikey, they're similar. They're very similar.
They're very similar. Very similar. I'm like staring at your number one Marvel legend.
I mean, listen. Come on. That is
She's great.
Objectively. I don't know.
Objectively.
That's when I like people in my life. I'm always like, listen, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm being objective. So I like him a lot. I think the articulation is really great.
Yeah. I love his head specifically. I think he looks really, really menacing. I think he looks with his little like underbite there. It looks like he's about to like take a bite out of Jubilee or something. I just think he looks appropriately menacing and evil. I will say I have two qualms with this figure. I can't recall ever seeing this costume with his fingers and toes exposed like this. I don't hate it. I think it looks pretty good. Also, why would he be wearing gloves if he's trying to claw at people? That doesn't make sense. So from like a logical standpoint, I understand that. And maybe it's just because, the stomach on the vintage Toy Biz figure was like the highlight of the whole thing. I paid too much attention to it. I think the stripe on his stomach here is a little bit too thin. You know what I mean? It kind of like worked its way up to that thin point rather than going straight from like his little underoos into just like a straight line here. But, those are minor quibbles. I think maybe there is probably a panel out there where he looks exactly like this. It could be Iron Fist. Who the hell's ever read Iron Fist? So, maybe I just don't know. But like I said, those are very minor quibbles. He is truly an excellent figure. And the only reason he's not already in my display is because I had Siren in there last time when we reviewed her. And I thought it was a little bit of a miss to, not have him out and about. But as soon as we jump off this Zoom, that 90s Sabretooth is out, 80s Sabretooth is in.
Back of packaging reads, with keen senses, a mutant healing factor, and zero moral restraint, Sabretooth is a dark reflection of his arch nemesis, the mutant hero, Wolverine. Fuck, there was a Marvel Select Sabretooth?
There was.
First appeared. I didn't know that.
Wait, of this figure?
Of this figure. Yes.
I had no idea. I can picture a 90s one.
Yeah, no, this was, is it a custom? No, it was a CMD store exclusive.
Wow, okay. Look at CMD store coming through.
Great. It was a long time ago. The thing about this wave it's such an eclectic group they've assembled. We have the Charles Soule Wolverine, which he has a white hot claws when he was coming back. We have Siren, obviously. We have Havoc. We have Vulcan. We have Maggot, which I'm dying for.
Cannot wait.
And then Darwin. All figures I really do truly want, but this just seems like a really weird. It just seems like a really weird like lineup. But
it's like it's It's super fan service, honestly. Like, I'm surprised that this is like a mass retail wave and not some sort of fan channel wave, because it's like they just threw darts at a dartboard to select what figures they were going to put in this wave, and I am not mad at it even a little bit. It's the kind of figure that Hasbro really excels at these days. Good paint apps, good articulation, great colors. And a really great version of a character that isn't one of my favorites, but he's one of my favorite figures of the year so far.
Are you ready for some trivia? Some Sabretooth trivia?
I mean, I already spoiled one of them, so
I know.
I'm suddenly feeling very confident. So I am ready for this.
Okay, so I guess technically you don't get a point since you spoiled it. So you're going in with 0 points.
As long as I'm not going in with negative points, I think I can make it up.
Okay, so you're definitely going to know this one. Who is Sabretooth facing off against in X-Men number 28?
Are you sure I'm going to get this one?
Think.
Is it?
Think who's asking the question?
Oh my God! It's
famous cover. There you go, right there.
God. It's the one where he's like coming down.
Yeah, like that above. With her, and he's like holding her, and she's like that. Yeah.
I mean, what did she do to deserve it? Everything.
Okay, next question. In the 90s, psychics were able to bestow onto Sabretooth something, which was psychic energy, that stopped his bloodlust. What did he call it?
The Sight? Oh. Was it the Sight?
Close-ish. I don't know if maybe the Sight was used at one point. I'm thinking here, let's see. Do you remember when he was facing off against Betsy and Psylocke, and she jabs the knife in him, and he goes, the blank don't work anymore. Fuck. That's the panel I'm thinking of. I'm not saying that the Sight wasn't used before.
I don't know.
The glow. The glow don't work anymore. The glow.
I think I don't know what is the Sight. I don't know, but yeah, no.
Okay, this is it. This is so easy. Like, come on, name his son that he has with Mystique.
Graydon Creed.
That's it. Ding, 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 ding.
You're a filthy mutant. I'm no son of a mutant. Okay, but I have to say, animated series Graydon Creed absolutely inherited his dad's abs. I mean, when he rips his shirt open to show like the legacy virus all over him, dude is ripped for a flat scan.
Oh my God. I wonder if he's going to come back in X-Men 97.
I sure hope so. I think the thing that show did, the original animated series did so well, was position humanity as the true villains, and true we are.
We talked about this, like the opening scene. We talked about this with the Lee Walls. The opening scene is freaking Jubilee running from a mob that wants to lynch her, and her grabbing onto the fence and like looking terrified. That is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
And I mean, actually, and like, isn't Sabretooth a part of those opening scenes too? Isn't he like making all his Sabretooth noises? God, I love that show so much. Can I just say I love the phrase zero moral restraint? Whoever wrote that is good.
I know. We have to get someone who's writing the marketing copy. Do you think it's just Ryan Ting right before he has to feed out to the metadata to like the sellers? He's just like, oh, let me just write something really quickly.
That would be an excellent question. We need to ask, because this is probably my favorite back of the box bio that I have ever read.
So upcoming, we are going to do some more reviews of Marvel Legends. We have Slayer Fest 98 coming. And because everyone loved our top 3 Marvel Legends with our new, I don't know, what do we call the gang? It's me, you, Michelle, Hammy, and Nerd Alert. We need like a really clever, like Ryan Ting's Angels or something like that. Ting's Angels.
It is too damn early in the morning for me to try and be clever, but I'm going to stew on that one for sure.
We're going to stew on that one, but we are going to do another episode with them, and we're really excited. And you are on 2 episodes of our upcoming Age of Apocalypse read. So it'll be
so much fun. You know me. I love AOA, and you know one of our episodes may have some Sabretooth discussion.
Wait,
I don't know.
wait.
What book could you have brought me on to discuss?
Why would we be discussing Sabretooth?
Wait just a moment here. I seem to have found a mint on card Sabretooth here. I have my loose one here, but I also have one in the package. I wonder what this could be for.
Are we gonna do a giveaway?
We're gonna do a fucking giveaway.
Fucking doing a giveaway, bitches. All right, guys. So join us next time. Drop your feelings about Bonebreaker Sabretooth in the comments below. You can hit me up at Power of X-Men on Instagram. Do not try Twitter.
You can find me on Instagram at Flinkman, posting action figure pics and talking about Alias, which is now streaming on Disney+.
And hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.
Peace, bitches!